Bruce, you can't keep doing this. Step out of the shadows. Don't let tombstones be your family legacy. I know you're trying to create a myth. Just remember, there is room for Bruce and Batman inside that suit.
For too long, this city has burned with corruption and greed. And with Bruce's help, a vote for Harvey Dent is a vote to finally put your foot down.
Vicky Vale, reporter for the Gotham Gazette. Is the Dent campaign soliciting votes from Gotham's biggest crime family?
Money gets money. I can get Harvey the mayor's seat, or I can pull it out from under him.
Your father despised men like Falcone. No one has ever managed to bring him down.
I haven't tried yet.
Come on! A fire is heading this way. You must show the world the true nature of a Wayne.
Sometimes I think this whole city's a crime scene.
A revolution is knocking on Gotham's door. When this whole thing starts, make sure you're on the right side.
Well then, time to save the city.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So happy Comic-Con week. New Batman Telltale trailer. The game's dropping like 2 weeks after Comic-Con, so let's break it down. If you guys didn't know, Telltale Games, just like if they make a Walking Dead narrative game, they're making a game inside the Batman universe. And as you see Harvey Dent here, that looks like he has two, both very pretty looking sides of his face, you can guess that this might be something from the Long Halloween storyline. That was the storyline where he was going after the mob, Sal Maroni, Carmine Falcone. Sal Maroni, while he was sitting on the witness stand, threw acid in his face. All the different movies have done a slightly different take on this, but I think in the most recent iteration, Aaron Eckhart's version of the character was a pretty good representation. He's like a guy that looks like he could be Batman, but takes a turn for the worse and becomes a supervillain instead. You know, like Gotham's White Knight. That was the way he was portrayed in Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. He's a friend of Bruce's, so it's very personal to him that one of his friends has turned into a supervillain. You see Catwoman show up in the trailer. So as is with the other games like Game of Thrones, Telltale, Walking Dead, Telltale, if you haven't played a Telltale game, there are different episodes that just expand the story. So the first episode will drop this August. That'll be like, X amount of story. Then the next episode will be released a couple months after that. They'll continue the storyline. Game of Thrones was like 6 episodes. I think this is scheduled for at least 5 episodes. It might be more than that, but I'm only seeing 5. So like you buy the game for like 20, 25 some odd bucks, and you get the other installments for free. But most of you have probably played some version of a Telltale game, so you know the drill. It's like a $25 game. It is very cutscene heavy. Usually I buy the Steam version, but like you can buy it on consoles. It's not like buying a AAA game that's like 60 gigs on your hard drive, and most of the gameplay is relatively easy once you get the hang of the controller scheme. But the way I would think about it is like a mixture between a movie, a video game, and an interactive comic book. Which, like in the next 10 to 15 years, we're going to see interactive comic books anyway, especially because of the virtual reality Batman game that they're working on. This is not that, that's a completely separate thing. There is a virtual reality Batman game that you'll be able to play with your Oculus or your HTC Vive or whatever gear it is that you have. But for the most part, this Two-Face storyline seems like it's going to be something out of the Long Halloween, like a mixture of a lot of the things that you've been seeing recently with the Batman mythos. And if you haven't been reading Batman Rebirth, like, the comic books that are happening right now, Bruce Wayne's kind of mellowed out. He's working with Batwoman, who might show up on the DC TV shows, Supergirl in particular, but you don't need to read the comics to understand what's going on here. The look that they're going with for the game, like the art style is very Jim Lee, Greg Capullo, Neil Adams. So if you don't know the difference between those are basically like the biggest Batman artists of all time. Neil Adams, very identifiable as old school like 70s, 80s Batman. Jim Lee, a little bit more recently. Greg Capullo is just like the latest guy to do Batman. So if you've been reading any kind of Batman comic in the last 10 years, the artwork will look very familiar. And for those of you asking which platform this is dropping on, it'll pretty much drop on every single platform, so no worries about that. You can see episode 1 available for digital download August 2nd. That's the week that Suicide Squad comes out. What an amazing coincidence. So it should be a lot of fun, and it's relatively cheap compared to most AAA games. Like, it's not a AAA game, so definitely check it out. It should be a lot of fun. If you really want a deep cut from the comics and you want like the Harvey Dent story, just reread The Long Halloween. One of the best Batman stories of all time. If you guys didn't know, in related Comic-Con news, there's going to be a whole bunch of DC and Marvel stuff happening this week, just because it's Comic-Con. Comes with the territory. There is a DC giveaway that I'm doing this going on right now. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. I was originally going to do some Flash Season 3 today, but then all these trailers drop, so I'm just going to do that next. Then I'll do a Comic-Con schedule video that'll just explain what's going on, what day it's going to drop, the videos I'm going to be doing for it, like all the important stuff. So look out for that. And I will be doing Batman gameplay videos on my video game channel. There's links for my Twitch channel and my bonus channel down in the description. So just check the description, it's all down there. So while you guys wait for my next video to post, you can click here for all my Comic-Con previews, and you can click here to learn all about what's going on with the Flash Season 3 and that new Black Flash. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.